Thank you so much for watching Landumc Goes There. Please subscribe and hit the like button and the bell notification button. In 1965, William Wyler gave us a psychological horror film called The Collector. The film starred Terence Stamp and Samantha Eggar. It's based on the 1963 novel that had the same title by John Fowles. It premiered at the Cannes Film Festival in May of 1965, where both lead actors Stamp and Eggar won the awards for Best Actor and Actress, respectively. Upon its theatrical release in June of 1965, the movie received largely favorable reviews. Eggar won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in the picture and was also nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress that same year, along with Wyler receiving a nomination for Best Director. It was the last of Wyler's record 12 Academy Award nominations for Best Director, an amazing feat. The storyline follows Freddie Clegg, a repressed former white-collar worker turned passionate butterfly collector, as he's been captivated for years by the enchanting London art student Miranda Gray. Driven by his obsession, he resolves to expand his collection with an unusual and exotic addition. To achieve this delusional butterfly collector acquires a stunning yet isolated manor in the English countryside. From the moment that he devised this bold scheme, Miranda, the unsuspecting target, was left with little chance of escape. Consequently, an ancient, dungeon-like cellar would become her new residence, where she ends up having to grapple with Clegg's desires and ultimately strive to reciprocate his affections. But can this situation that she's been put in be classified as love? And will intelligence and fierce determination to survive suffice to break free from the clutches of a love-obsessed madman? During the casting process, the director Wyler considered a number of performers for the two central roles of Freddie Clegg and Miranda Gray, around who the film almost exclusively revolves. Sarah Miles and Natalie Wood were real contenders for the role of Miranda, while Anthony Perkins and Dean Stockwell were considered for the role of Freddie. I think Anthony Perkins would have made a great Freddie just because of the way he portrayed his character in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Wyler ultimately chose English actors Terence Stamp and Samantha Eggar because he felt together that they possessed the correct chemistry of sexual tension and awkwardness that was needed for the role. He was also aware that the actor Stamp had been attracted to the actress Eggar while the two were studying together at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art. Principal photography began in May of 1964 at Columbia Pictures Sound Stages in L.A. Most of the movie was filmed on a soundstage, with the exception of quite a few exterior shots that were done in London. A journalist who was visiting the set one day during filming noted that dialogue on the film was tricky, and the movement of the camera was difficult, saying that many of the scenes were the type that would rub nerves raw and kindle outbursts of temperament. But it wasn't that way, having Wyler direct the film. He would spend his entire morning rehearsing and then shooting the scenes time and time again. The two lead actors never got upset. They seemed completely meek and cooperative to the process. And this basically was due to the way the director handled the set. The story of the film makes constant reference to Shakespeare's play, The Tempest. In The Tempest, Miranda is Prospero's daughter. Freddie Clegg also refers to himself as Ferdinand, or Ferdy, to disguise his identity. Ferdinand is the name of Alonso's son in Shakespeare's play. And Miranda, however, calls Fred Caliban, who is the ugly, misshapen dwarf in the play. In the kitchen, you'll see a calendar that's shown that displays the month of May. The film was done in 1965, However, the month of May that is shown corresponds to 1966. This was most likely done to show the probable release date for the film, rather than the year that it was made. The screenplay was adapted from the novel by Stanley Mann and John Cohen, but they brought in Terry Southern to rewrite the last stages of the script during a period of creative nervousness on the part of the filmmakers. It was thought that censorship might go against following the extremely bleak ending of the novel, where an innocent girl dies and her kidnapper gets away with his crimes. They ended up bringing Southern in to devise a happy ending that came up with a plot twist whereby Miranda is able to turn the tables on Freddie and keep him in the house as her prisoner instead. However, although Southern was extremely well compensated for his work, none of his writing that he did was used at all in the film. Tensions did rise on the sets between Eggar, Weiler, and Stamp, because the director had privately instructed Stamp to stay in character the whole time he was on the film and give his co-star actress the cold shoulder during the entire filming process. They did everything they could to make life miserable and unsettling for the young actress. Everybody was told to be unfriendly to her and to really try to isolate her from the rest of the production, so that they could elicit a stronger performance on her part. And it seemed like that one of the favorite sports on the film was to make fun of her behind her back. All of this stress resulted in her losing 10 pounds during rehearsals and flubbing her lines quite a bit. She said that she was supposed to feel trapped in this role, and she really did. After they had done 3 weeks of rehearsals, the director fired her as he was displeased with her performance, resulting in a production shutdown to try to find a different actress. After the film's second unit director completed a full read-through of the entire screenplay with the actress, she was rehired under the provision that Kathleen Freeman, an acting coach, would serve as her coach on the set daily. Off camera, this is the only person that she could talk to. Everyone else shunned her. Later on, she stated that the director was 100% demanding and that he worked her to a peak. But when it was all said and done and over, she realized that he had gotten the best performance that he could possibly get out of her. Go back and watch this exceptionally good film. It may be one of those films that you've never watched that's kind of slipped through the cracks, but it's really a good one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll continue to chase the classics.